Tell me your journey.
So it's interesting because I was one of those people that I thought whole life was the devil. Okay. And so I started out in a company, if I named it, well actually I started out in A.L. Williams, okay. And 19 blah 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 85. Okay. And I was a junior in college and I realized the NBA was not looking for 5'11" shooting guards. So I had to, I had to pivot, because I was like, okay, this whole basketball dream is not going to work out. I got my insurance license, and then I learned. But I was fortunate. Well, they're going to help me. My family had always been self-employed, so I never got that go get a good job talk. My family owned a supermarket, and I heard from the time I was like 7, boy, you'll never make any money working for somebody else.
Well,
So, but the first half of my career, I was like Dave Ramsey on steroids. Buy term investor difference, mutual funds are the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then I read a little purple book called Rich Dad Poor Dad
yep.
in around 1999. And then I was like, wait. Then I realized what he's talking about and what I'm doing is different. Okay. And then I don't know how, then one of his tapes, this is really interesting because one of his early cassette tapes, I'm dating myself, y'all. It was Rich Dad's Guide to Investing, and who was on the tape was Kim Butler.
Hmm.
And then and he was doing his other thing he had, Choose to Be Rich. And then somewhere in that time I also found, I don't know where it came from. I got an email of PDF of Becoming Your Own Banker.
Hmm.
And I think this is interesting. I remember calling up a client. I remember showing them I'm all excited. And then I realized I had no idea what I was talking about. Didn't know what it was, didn't know how it worked. I just thought this was interesting. And it still took me I didn't really start doing it. I ran into a gentleman named Patrick Donahoe from Paradigm Life. Somehow we found each other in a webinar. And that's how around 2010, that's where I learned how to work virtual and the whole thing, working with him and uh that was my journey. And it's funny because it took me when I first discovered it, even when I left the company I was with, I still took me 3 or 4 years to let go that permanent insurance was the devil,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
So, I'm one of those people that uh I had to unlearn most of what I thought was true. And
Hmm.
it wasn't instantaneous. It was and you really can't talk anybody out of it. I kind of had to educate myself out of it.